Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So I know I did say I was going to come back with the magazine, but I haven't had time to print the things out that I needed for that. So what I decided to do was have a look at the kits that I've got that I haven't used yet. And I had totally forgotten about this super cute kit, which is called Santa Paws. A lot of things that are my favourite about it. The artwork is very sort of like the is it Giordano, the images used to see when I was younger, you know, a child. Very cute puppies and kittens and farm animals as well. So it's got that kind of feel about it, which I love. And it's also matte-tastic, which, you know, is my favourite of the finish. Now I did get the collection. So the collection was the kit and the inserts and printed papers. So for each set you get 2 of each of these sheets. Got inserts with the kitten on. This is the printed paper, but it feels very cardy to me. Then you've got the foiled, so you get 2 of these because you get 2 of each set. And then you've got the beautiful little donkeys again with that little puppy there, little sheepdog puppy. So that is what I'm going to be playing with today. So to start off with, I thought I would do a new little template for a 7x5 card. And I thought, because the smaller images on here are perfect for smaller cards. But I thought with the 5x7 I could make that a cut-in Z fold card. So I did a template for it. So we're going to have a go at that and see what it comes out like. So I've got a piece of A4 card, and I'm going to start by cutting that down to 7 inches along the smaller edge and 10 inches along the long edge. There we go. And then I'm going to pop this in. So we've got the short end at the top. I'm going to go at 2.5 inches. So you need to move that up. And I'm going to go from 2.5 inches to 7.5 inches as a cut. So we can put that out of the way for the moment, and we'll bring this scoreboard back in. And just making sure I've got the smaller cut piece at the bottom, this sort of 2.5 inch, and I'm going to score at 2.5 inches all the way down. I'm going to score at 5 inches all the way down, and then if I just turn that around and just score 2.5 inches up to the cut line. So you're going to end up with, this is the right way up, so you've got the score all the way down at 2.5, all the way down at 5, and then from 7.5 it's just to the bottom edge. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that folded up. So I'm going to start with the easiest fold first of all, which is the halfway point. And then we'll fold that one back for now. We'll find out which way they need to go once we've got everything scored in. And then that one, I'll have to just put my squisher under there. And as you can see, that is going to stand like so. Okay, so I'll just hold it that way up as well. So you've just got a longer version of the 6x6 one. Obviously it's slightly less width for the 5 inches there. But let's make some mats and layers for this. So bring my trimmer back in, and I am going to have that a little arm out. So I can't use my Miri mats for this. So somewhere I did put a piece of a gold Miri card. This is the Hunkydory one. So I'm going to take a piece that's 2.5 minus 2 notches. And then it needs to be 2 notches under the 7, and I need 2 pieces of those, and they are going to go on these side pieces. And again 2.5 minus 2 notches, 2 notches under 7. That will go for that front piece. And then again, and I need to do 2 of these as well, so another 2 notches under the 2.5, because that is still the width. And then we've got 2.5 inches here. I think it's 4.5 there. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 4.5 there. Okay, so let's do the smaller one first. So 2.5 minus 2 notches. So that's quite a nice square piece, and that's going to go onto there. And then this one is 4.5 minus 2 notches. And that should fit onto there. And I'm just going to repeat that one more time. So 2.5 minus 2 notches, a piece left over. So we want 2.5 minus 2 notches for that square piece to go on that side. And then 4.5 minus 2 notches to go onto that middle piece there. And then I'm going to come in with the printed papers for this first card. You do get, if I bring in the other one, I was umming and ahhing whether to chop into. So you do have this lovely wood paneling here, but I thought this is nice because it's got a bit of interest along the whole of the panel. So that's why I decided to use this one. So these I need 2 of, 1 for each side. So I'm going to be cutting the pattern side. So I'm going to be cutting here and then here. So we've got 2.5. So we need to go to 2.25. And it cuts lovely on this cutter. So because it's just that little bit thicker than the shiny paper that you get. And sorry, that was by 6 3/4. And then I'm going to turn that around and do the same again. So 2.25 by 6 3/4. And that's going to go onto there. And then I want pieces for here. So again, I'm going to go 2.25 up to the side, and then I want it to be 2.25 twice. So 2.25 for one, 2.25 for the second one. Put that one there. And then for these pieces here, I decided I was going to use the insert. I will be cutting this poor little kitten up, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. So we need to be 2.25. And then I'm going to take the other piece of that, so we will have the full image on there in the end. Just broken over that crease, and then that needs to be 4.5, so 4.25. So that one's going to go onto there. Yep. And then 4.25 there as well. Pity we're missing a lot of these flowers, but you could always, if you wanted to, take a little bit off the bottom, so you'll get a little bit more of the flowers. I don't think you'd ever get them all in. I'm just wondering why that one fits better than that one there. I wonder if that's a little bit wider than it should be. Let's just check. No. Maybe I've cut that one a little smaller than I have. Look. It's just gone a little bit under. Okay, we'll think of a way to solve that. Sometimes you get one that's just slightly better trimmed than the other, do you know what I mean? They both. That one is a lot wider. So 2 1/4. And that should make that one a bit better, yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with those now. Right, not quite sure what happened there. I think one of them was just slightly bigger than it should have been. Okay, let's pop this out of the way. Got them in the end. And now we can do some assembling. Oh, the back side of that is quite nice as well. Didn't even check that, but that's really nice on the back side as well. Hate it when they do two really nice ones together. Okay, no worries. So the glues I'm going to be using, in this one I've got the Cloud All Purpose, and in this one I've got the Cloud Tacky Glue. My dusty pen finally ran out yesterday, so I've got the full strip from Crafter's Companion on that one. So let's start doing some assembling. So I did refill all my glues before I started today. I still haven't done the notes for that last one, so I am planning on getting this video up and finished, and then sitting this evening and doing that. So it should go up very shortly, and I apologise about the delay. Just been a lot of like random things happening that just sort of get in the way. You know what this life is like. Sometimes it just has a way of tripping you up when you least expect it. I think Alanis Morissette said that, didn't she? Okay, look at that. I love that. I might have to buy another set of the inserts if I place an order this week. I haven't seen the email yet to see what's coming up. I know they had some adorable scoreable packs on Hobby Maker today with Amy, the lovely Amy. I did see a little bit of the show, but then I had to go and do something else, so I didn't watch all of it. So I'm just using that because this is a paper rather than a card. Although it is thicker paper than the shiny, I'm just going to err on the side of caution and just use my tape pen on those corners. There we go, so all coming together as it is. We can go normal glues with this one. And yesterday I did craft nearly all day. And I did finish off the gnomes. I made a couple more examples with the little book. So if you remember last time I had a little book, I did the sort of off-center easel and the stepper card. So I did an example in that just so you could see what it would look like in that kit. Switching that around, just feels like the grain is going a different way to that other one. And I did a couple of others as well. Really enjoyed having a good play with that yesterday. But I've packed it all away. There's hardly anything left now. A couple of bits of the papers. I think there's one whole piece of the green patterned paper. But I used all the others. I don't know why I've decided to go green with this, but we've done it now, so we will go with the flow. It's not going to look terrible, they all match together. So I prefer my dotty one, to be honest. I feel like it's a bit smoother. There we go. So now we've got our card. It sticks down. That's looking looking like that, so it's coming on. And then make sure we get these the right way around. We'll go tacky glue over. I'm just going to try and make sure I keep this quite flat, because I still would like people to be able to write on there if they want to, because you can obviously smooth this card out flat. And I'm not putting any toppers or anything in this piece, so that they have got that ability. Different tape pen tries to grab a lot quicker, I find. No, come on now. So just got a string there. Needs to go up a bit at the top. Sorry about this. Still not quite straight. Right, I'm going to go with that. My borders are not great on that one, so apologies guys. I might even trim that a little bit in a second. Let's just... I'm not going to use any of the tape on this one, just because that seemed to really hinder me on that one. Yeah, that one's definitely better. Let's just take my guillotine, and what I'm going to do is just check that is straight in there. I might just take the tiniest bit off. When I woke up this morning, it was tipping down the rain. Yeah, it's a bit better than it was. It's not brilliant, but it's not as bad as it was. Okay, so let's pop these bits in. Again, just going on to cardstock so I can go back to my normal glues. And then this one here. At least you know, sometimes my layering is not always as straight as it should be. That is going to be the finished decorated card. Okay, so let's bring our toppers in and start to really make that shine. Just have to find what I've done with the topper, buried it. Bear me 2 seconds. Gone underneath into the back. Okay, so what I thought was, because with this set you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toppers, you've also got the printed sheet which has the donkeys on, and you've got the foiled sheet that has the cat on. So the donkey and the cat on there, they're automatically really, to me, a card anyway. So that's 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, and I'm going to get my 6th card with, and I'm going to use the puppy and the kitten. 2 reasons. Number 1, I think this kitten needs to be on here just so that the insert kind of makes sense, and the puppy because he was the one that I had thought of using initially on this card, because he's long and thin and I think it really goes well on here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to pop that onto there. I might put that on there, might be better to, or easier to see. And then I think maybe this season's greetings is quite pale, so that might show up better on there, maybe coming across those two. The other one you've got is Wishing You a Pawsome Christmas, which is quite a long one, which I think is going to go better with this topper anyway. Let It Snow, I think all might be a little bit too dark, but let's have a little look. We can try them all. And you've got this border here as well, Merry Christmas all over it. And I kind of like that one better. I mean, the Let It Snow would go okay if it went right over there, but I think I'm going to go with that one there. Okay, I think that's pretty much what we're going to do. Then the card, you can see that because that will be up there. I'll have some gems or something down here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got some 1mm pads here. Let's pop this out. And if I grab my scissors, just going to give that a little bit of a trim. And this kit itself, because I do love it so much, because it is so super cute, I am going to be crafting with the whole kit, and I will put examples. I'll do like I did with the gnomes. Once I've finished the whole kit, I'll put those extra ones up on Pinterest, and you should have 2 examples of every topper up there. Okay. So let's pop, I think maybe we'll have the puppy coming across. A little bit. That one will go more towards the bottom, I think. Okay, so we'll go with these 1mm pads. Is that going to be too, that's going to be too big. Let me grab these and we'll cut them down a little thinner. We heard Friday was, so a couple of days ago, that the inquest is next week, not next week, the week after. So that may mean that I'm not posting on a day or a day after. Just depends on how that goes, to be honest with you. It's a long trek up there because we have to go all the way up to North Yorkshire, which is like 4 or 5 hours from where I am. Just going to do another little bit there just to give me as much support as I can. Yeah, so but I'll let you know nearer the time, and we might get to the bottom of things. I'm hoping that they listened to us last time, because they haven't spoken to Leslie yet, the police. And when we went up for the opening of the inquest, they were under the impression that the lad who lived with him had found him, but it wasn't him that had found him. It was one of his best friends up there. But because he'd seen him and then told the other guy, and then started things rolling, and then he had to get out of there. He was just, you know, not a great thing to see your best mate like that, is it? So he wasn't there by the time the police came, because he'd called, well, actually was his Anthony's ex-girlfriend, and she'd arrived there with her mum, and then he'd left. So by the time the police came, because they didn't know what to do, yeah, he'd gone. So when we went to the inquest, they were under the impression that this lad that was living with him was the one that had found him, but it wasn't. He was, so I'm just grabbing some more. These are the 2mm ones. We were under the impression that this Kieran had found him, but Kieran hadn't found him. In fact, Kieran had heard his phone alarm gone off and not even bothered about it. It was only because this other guy, whose name is also Anthony, just to be confusing, had gone in because our Anthony had arranged for him to go and do some cleaning, because his mate was a bit of an odd job man, did cleaning for people, did gardening for people, you know, just painting for people, whatever people needed doing, he would go and do. So our Anthony had arranged for him to come and do some cleaning for him, just to help his mate out, because that's how he was. And he had gone for a look around to see what needed doing, and that's the only reason why they went up into the attic. Oh, it's like an office room up there, you know. It was a bedroom at one time where there had people staying there, but different, yeah, we'd been there a while, and he had different friends come stay with him. They both did, even when Sophie was there, they had people staying there, because that's the kind of people they were, you know, just help a mate out. Right, so I've got a cat there. I think I'm going to keep this quite low so this does fold quite easily. And these again are 1mm ones. And glue gubbins there for some reason as well. We could come down, hide some of that, but I think it's going to be better at the top, so that's what I'll do. I'll put a gem on that corner. So we don't know what's going to happen, because like I say, the police haven't spoken to Leslie. They did say the first time they came, when they told her that they'd found him and notified her, that they would take a statement from her, but they haven't been in touch since, so it's anybody's guess as to what's going to happen. And that's that. So let's see what sort of, that's not very straight. No, what am I doing today? I'm really on the wall, can't I? Yeah, that's a bit better. Ooh. So we could go, I think probably best to go with gold. Just put one of the trays. So I find if I get that point in there, you do pick up some of the smaller ones. Let's get rid of these bigger ones, because I want this card to be able to fold. And sometimes if you use the bigger ones, it doesn't quite. So let's pop a gem on that gubby mess for a start. So we've got one there. And I'm also going to pop one there and a little one here, so that it doesn't interfere with my card folding. We'll get bigger on that one. Okay. And then I'm going to go with 3 here. And obviously this glue will dry clear. So Sorry guys, the camera just cut out a little bit, but literally just as I put that last one on, so that's fine. So I've got this Hobby Dots number 7, which is art number STD-M077, and these are just like little flat round peel off circles. So I'm just going to pop one. Well, I don't know where that one went, but just going to pop 1, 2. I'll find them in a minute, and they'll be everywhere, won't they? I'm going to pop one up there. These is just going to be great for adding that little bit of sparkle, but without adding any height at all. So just pop up behind there. So that is there. Oh, I just found one right there, but never mind. Okay, so that is that one finished. So you can see it fits in a 5x7 envelope. It would have to be quite generous because it is quite chunky though, is the only thing I would say. Okay, and I've already prepared the template for that one, and I'll post that up at the same time when I do my card. I'll also post it into my Facebook group now. I've put an album with templates on. I've put all the templates in that I've done so far, and I'll pop that one in as well. Okay, so for my second card, what I'm going to do is go a little bit smaller than usual, and I've just used an A4 piece of card again and cut a 5x5 tent fold card, and that's going to be my second card. So I'm going to use one of the Miri squares for this one. Just, I know it's quite wasteful, and I don't like doing it, but it's just going to be easier than me going to get my Miri card, A4 Miri card, from where it is at the minute. So, and I'm just cutting that to 2 notches under the 5 all the way around. That should fit on there quite nicely. And then I'm going to take this foiled cardstock. I'm going to cut it at 4 3/4. I think I'm going to take, let's take 3/4 of an inch off the bottom, and then take that to 4 3/4. So still keeping that design, just making it a little bit smaller and easier on the eye with my card. The other thing I need is some snowfall acetate, and I'm going to cut this to 6 inches by 4 3/4, because I wanted to put it over this piece. I don't want it to go over the whole card. So that is there. And then if I bring in my scoreboard, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1/2 inch. And then if I fold that up, when I put this over the green, you can see I just get that lovely little bit of a bow, which is going to protect my image and my design. So let's pop that out of the way. What I am going to do is just give that a good burnish down. And then I'm going to work on my card first, because I need to make sure this is right and sort of settled before I try to get that on. What I can do though is just bring in my super sticky tape. I'll go with the bigger one, it will be better. And I'm just going to pop, I've lost my scissors. I tidied this space this morning, and everything was, because obviously I'd finished with that other kit, so I could get rid of all of that. I've still got one little sheet of stained glass to do, stained glass Christmas, and then I can put those all up. So they are pretty much ready to go. It's just unfortunate in a way that there's 2 of everything with this, because it's a lot more to work through, do you know what I mean? So like with the club gift, you work through that one sheet with the bits that went with it, and then you're done. But this is not like that. You have to do both the sheets. Okay, so I'm using the kitten one because it's a smaller topper. I could have gone with the little birds. Let me just pop those out and show you. They would go quite nicely on here as well. Or shall I go with those? Yeah, let's go with the birds. Let's change our mind. We'll go with these beautiful little robins and the hellebores. Helleborus. Right, okay. So let's see. I think I'm going to go 1mm with the frame. And then we'll go a little higher with the actual lovely birds. It's quite nice to have smaller toppers to work with on a kit, so I really like that about this kit. We're working our way around. And this is just one of those big pads that I've cut down, the Fix-It ones. Okay, so let's take all of these backs off. Yeah, I'd forgotten I had this kit, and I was looking through. So there are 2 other kits that I haven't played with yet, plus I did get a couple of sheets of the decollage, because the horse guard one, I wanted to send that to somebody, so I bought an extra one of that, and I think there was another one that I quite liked as well, so I did buy a few of those. I don't know if I'll do a video on them or whether I'll just pop them on my Pinterest or something, but we will see. Right, now we're on the wonk again. What is going on with me today? My eyes are not working right. Let's bring in this T-square ruler and see if that helps. It is agreeing with me. It is saying it is not straight. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, one of them days. One of them days. Okay, let's see. We've got some 2mm pads here. So let's pop some of those on. And what I'll do is I'll do the card I was going to do originally with the other set, so you'll see what the kitten will be like as this, with this sort of bow front sort of. There we go, I like that. So let's go with some of these pearls, I think. So I'm looking for some that are really going to stick straight away, because obviously I'm going to put my acetate over the top, and you know, usually you can walk away and just let them dry if you're doing the things that you're gluing down, but when you're making a video it gets a bit complicated. So let's just try not to stab myself. Put them there. And I do need a sentiment. So what did I do with that little one? Let it snow. Or shall I grab the season's greetings from the other one? Let me just grab that other one. There we go. I don't know if I prefer that one or that one. I think that one's probably better. So we didn't need that one. We're going to go with this one. Okay, and again, I'm going to go 2mm on these. This is just going to be one of those cute little things, cute little cards. Just hold that up. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is peel the backing off there, try and get it to leave me alone, and then I'm going to pop that in, line up my acetate and just give that little press down. Do the same on the other side. Should be a bit easier because that acetate's just a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And then we've got our lovely little bow front coming across. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take again a little bit of this red liner tape, if I can find the end, and I'll use my normal glues across the centre. Okay, just give those a little press down. Pop that off. And normal glues onto there. Just going to get one shot at this, which is probably not great for the way things have been going for me today, but not too bad. Okay, and then this whole piece I'm going to pop with my normal glues onto the back of there. Good little press down. Then all that needs is that little insert in. So that is my second card. Did not take them very long to do, really. 11 minutes it's saying on here. So that's a nice quick one compared to the previous one, which was a little bit longer. But two cute cards. That will need either the you can use the 6x6 deep envelopes from Hunkydory, because that is pretty much just under an inch, or if you want to make up a box using your scoreboard, you know, one side you've got the box base, one side you've got the box lid, so you would need to cut your card, so that is 5, so if you're doing an inch depth, 5, 6, 7, so you would need to do it, I would say 7 1/4 squared for your lid and your top, and then just do them on the different sides on the board, and that should make you a box with a little bit of room to spare. Okay, but that is today's cards. I'm going to be back again next time with another set from this kit. Super cute little kit it is, full of puppies and kittens, and they are the cutest little things. We used to have a little border collie when I was a child called Beth. But I used to let her off the lead at the park, and she ran home and got run over one day, and then Mum said she needed to go to somebody else after that because we weren't looking after her properly, and she went to a fella on a farm, and he was going to train her up, or try and train her up as a you know, a sheepdog. So and apparently she did quite well, so you know, she went to the right place in the end, even though we were obviously heartbroken. But it was a good decision. But that's it. So thank you for watching today. I will be back again on Tuesday for a little bit more of the same, hopefully a little bit different as well. But until then, hope you've enjoyed your weekend and happy crafting. Bye.